Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Welcome especially if you're new. If you enjoy talking about movies and staying up to speed on what's in theaters and what's worth checking out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review. Alright, with that we're going to get into today's review which is for Barbarian. In this movie, a woman staying at an Airbnb discovers that the house she has rented is not what it seems. So we're just going to go over 5 things that stood out for the movie for me. Some of these will be pros and some will be cons. And then we'll wrap up with just kind of my final thoughts. So first and foremost, I thought the kind of refresh that happens in the middle of the film where it just kind of jumps to another storyline. I thought that was actually really well done. And while I felt a little lost, it was kind of cool to then find your way from there. So I liked kind of that way that they told the story. And yeah, if you've seen it, you know. If not, that's really just talking. It's only talking about story structure, so not really a spoiler. But the second topic is I really liked the character that Bill Skarsgård plays. He's in a few other movies that I've seen. Primarily, he plays the clown in It. So like he's played other creepy characters, and while like in and of itself he looks like a nice enough guy, he also looks like a guy that you might not be able to trust. So he was, I thought, perfectly cast in the role, and certainly like I think they're fully aware that he'd have that effect, and I thought that was just brilliant because it has you as the viewer trying to figure out, is this guy a creep or is he just, a nice guy who happens to be in a situation that could be creepy. It just so happens to not be. So I really like that aspect of the film. And then up next is a con. I thought that, or a negative on the film, I thought that they should have either given us more backstory than they did or none at all. They gave us like just a bite, and I was interested in it. I'd prefer to get more backstory than they gave us, but given that they didn't really give us enough, I feel like they kind of went halfway and they should have gone all or nothing. Then fourth up, I thought for it being a horror film, it was about as scary as I could handle. There were definitely times where I did not want to watch and kind of looked away. But I'm also not a huge horror fan, but it was just on the edge of being the right amount. It was maybe a little bit more than I'm most comfortable with, but it was good on the scary part for me. For some people, it might not have been scary. I don't know, but I enjoyed the level that they went with. And then the last thing is another negative that I had for the film. There's this one character who, without going into spoilers, he knows what's going on, or he at least knows a fair amount of detail. And I was just I didn't buy into the fact how he could know, or how anyone could know as much as he knew. And so that I thought was just a little strange, but yeah, nothing against the character. It didn't seem to fit with how much he knew and then communicated to other people. But anyway, those are the 5 points that kind of stuck out at me. For wrapping up the film overall, I did actually enjoy this film. I'm not like, horror is my least favorite genre, but I did actually enjoy this film. So I think the more horror I see, the less I dislike it. I definitely have some horror films that I like, but as a genre, I don't know that I can quite say that I like horror films yet. But it's movies like these that are moving the needle. So this was a B for me. Again, it's hard to tell what other people might like. If you're more of a horror fan, maybe you've seen more than me, and this might feel more stereotypical. I'm not sure, but it felt fresh from my point of view. It didn't really seem like many other horror films that I've seen. I thought it was, yeah, a fresh take, fresh idea, and it's one that, while I don't like being scared, I'd say as much as one can enjoy horror films, I actually enjoyed this one. So I think it's worth checking out if you're going to the theaters this weekend. And yeah, if you've had a chance to see it, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next review.